Oh, see, you said.
I'm sorry, you're right.
And welcome is the appropriate thing to say.
All right,
you're right.
Ready? All right, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, brother, and welcome everyone to the internet's hardest whose line is it anyway? Fred or George edition.
Did you say or?
Yeah. We're identical. In case you are new to the...
Wow, you were waiting for me.
I was.
Look at that. That was like an unusual pause. It was like the Bluey thing. Like,
what?
Mom.
Yeah.
Dad.
He looked the other way and Mum ran into the bush behind the fence.
Run. He's got a gun.
Run. In case you guys are new to the you-know-who's line is it anyway, Fred or George edition, this is how it is going to work. Quizbell is on the other end of the camera. She's waving. We can see her. However, you cannot. She's going to be asking us today's 15 quotes, all selected by our quizmasters over on Patreon.
Ben and I are going to have to name which twin, Fred or George, said each quote and name which book the quote was from.
I'm only joking. I am Fred.
I think that's gonna be the hard part this time around.
I think all of it's gonna be hard because the Fred or George part, like, they...
Wow, we're identical.
Like, telling them apart in just quote form,
it's difficult.
It's gonna be hard. It's like a coin flip. Like, you know it's one of them. I guess it could be like both. Like,
it could be both. It could be
both.
Yes, yes.
But then also placing them in the correct book, that's gonna be tricky too. Because if it's just like them saying something about Quidditch, it's like, oh boy.
And plus their character archetypes, I feel like we're just like locked in from the word go.
Yeah.
So like anything they say could have been said in Order of the Phoenix or Chamber of Secrets. And
where they are, what they're doing every minute of every day.
Who knows?
Right, like their character arc isn't that much. It's just sort of like troublemakers and then eventually troublemakers who open a store.
Get it?
Yeah.
Right? Successful store. Yeah. Successful troublemakers. The way magic should be.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Quote number 1 was submitted by Teghan Denlinger. Well, none of us really fancy it, Harry. Imagine if something went wrong and we were stuck as specky, scrawny gits forever.
I mean, why not? Why not just blindly aim into the void and start taking stabs at twins?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
You want
the multiple choice? Yeah.
A is Fred, B is George, C is both.
That's correct.
Okay, okay, got it. All right. Well,
1, 2, 3.
I said Fred.
Deathly Hallows.
It is Fred and Deathly Hallows.
We did it! Oh, man.
None of us really fancy it, mate.
Yeah, imagine if something went wrong and we ended up a scrawny, specky git forever.
First one done.
First one done. I was immediately nervous. I was like, I really have no way to tell.
I have no way.
to tell.
At least I felt good about knowing the book.
I did. Yeah, I was like, I got that. No, this is pre-Battle of the Seven Potters.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Quote number 2 was submitted by Focus Pending.
Oh, new one.
I suppose she thinks you don't forget your name, but we're not stupid. We know we're called Gred and Forge.
Okay. Okay, I think I have some reasoning, I guess.
He's not Fred, I am.
You have a way to narrow in or reason it out?
Okay. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
I said Philosopher's Stone and George.
I said Fred in Philosopher's Stone.
It is George in Philosopher's Stone.
Yes. Okay. My only reasoning was that I think before this, I think Fred says, like, oh, but yours hasn't got a P on it.
Whoa!
Like, he says, and like, usually when they both come up and say something, it's Fred first, then George.
Right.
And so I was thinking this was the second thing said.
Okay, I was thinking about the line, and I was assuming that this was sort of like reworked for the films, where he's like, I'm only joking, Mom. I am Fred. And so, like, the movie was doing like a play on it, but it's Fred who's delivering that line.
Right. I see.
Do you guys?
I know what you mean.
Do you remember the context of what's happening? Like, that's a genuine question.
This is the Christmas sweaters.
Okay.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't have any idea.
My bad. I was in the wrong zip. I knew the book. I was thinking this was getting on the train.
Oh no, I think this is the Christmas sweater.
You're right.
Yes.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. Okay. Well, anyway, that's all right.
All right.
Question 3. This quote was submitted by Jennifer Froh. Mom, how really corking to see you.
Oh,
Corking to see you.
This is just one of my favorite lines.
Hey, I'm here to help.
The at the same time sent me straight back.
To the intro.
Yeah. Ron.
Oh, he's going to go.
Oh, geez. Okay. I think I have some reasoning. You got it?
I don't know.
I mean, it's either Fred or George.
Unless you count Tom,
The day maid.
the night maid,
The cook.
that bloke who came to fix the toilet.
And that wizard from Belgium.
It's either Fred or George.
yeah.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Prisoner Fred.
Oh, I said goblet.
Uh-oh.
It is Fred in The Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, okay.
Oh
So
my
we
gosh.
trade points.
Wait, who said what? Sorry.
We both said Fred.
Okay. But you got...
You got it fully.
Oh,
you
I got it fully right.
Yes.
Wow, you're right. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, because I've used basically the same logic that I think Fred usually talks first,
That there is the secret to our success.
and he said, "Mom, what was this one?
How really corking
and
to
then
see you,
George
yeah.
walks up and says, "Absolutely spiffing." It's just 2 $10 words everyone needs to put in their vocabulary.
Oh man, and I think what was going through my brain, and I may have just even gotten this completely wrong altogether, is I was like, I feel like we did this bit while we were on stage on tour,
Oh,
but maybe we just didn't altogether. Maybe I'm just mistaken. Did we do the beginning of Prisoner of Azkaban on tour?
because like Percy's like, "Look at me, head boy,
And boy,
corking to see you, mother, truly spiffing."
Corking just doesn't sound like a good word.
Doesn't sound like a good word.
Not necessarily,
Me.
but I love it coming
Either
from
just
them.
snogging.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, snogging, yeah. Is that a word that's really used?
I
I'm
feel
sure
like
of that.
snogging just implies messiness.
And it implies like a certain amount of mucus. As well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like both people have like a runny nose.
Right. It's like
It's
there's
like,
that like
ugh.
sort of snogging.
Ugh.
Other
Yikes.
I mean,
snots
you
get
got
mixed together.
noggin. Already
You got,
already
it's like
there.
snot noggin is what it sounds
Yeah,
like.
snot noggin.
Yeah, noggin, snot, but it's also, it's kissing, so.
Ugh.
Quote number 4 was submitted by Bradferd. See, they're not too bright. The moment they know the denoming's going on, they storm up to have a look. You'd think they'd just have learned by now to just stay put. Got some good context in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know, we can't stall for too long here because it's like, how long do you really have to think about anything?
I know. Like, how much can you deliberate?
We'd recommend this one.
Right.
Right.
This is. I feel like I was famously bad at true or false quiz. Actually, I was bad at all test taking, but true or false really screwed with me.
I mean, for sure. They're intentionally tricky, is the problem.
Right. Yes.
Right. There's like double negatives and stuff. You're like, what, huh? Like, yeah, it's like, are you testing my knowledge or are you testing my ability to pick up on your tricks?
Exactly. I came
Those
to
are the
assume
worst.
that everything was a trick question always.
Always. All right. Well, let's see if this was.
3, 2, 1.
Chamber of Secrets, George.
Chamber of Secrets, George.
You are both correct.
Yes! Oh my god!
Bam!
I cannot believe it. I was a lot less certain on that one.
Wait, Jay, I think you've gotten them all right so far.
All right.
Wow.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Knock on wood paneling.
We'll take the lot.
Which is what we do by knocking on this table, which
Exactly.
is wood paneling.
Quote number 5 was submitted by Keeli Ray and Orion.
Orion.
It doesn't say wizard parts on this one, which is a little bit sad.
Wizard parts.
Wow.
I love hearing Mom shouting at someone else. It makes such a nice change.
And it's entirely your fault!
Oh no.
Who would she be shouting at?
Who indeed? When does this like, obviously I've heard it before.
Okay, I think it's this.
Would she shouting at? When could this be? What and who? Well, the real question is which one of them said it?
Where have you been?
Oh, unless it's that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say this. Okay. All right.
All right.
All right.
You ready?
Yep.
1, 2,
3. I said Fred, Order of the Phoenix.
I said Fred, Order of the Phoenix.
It is Fred in Order of the Phoenix.
Oh my God! What?
You guys are killing this.
Oh man!
Oh! Just because you're allowed to use magic now does not mean you have to whip your...
Ooh, it felt good. It felt good right there, people.
How good did you think you were going to feel at this point?
Oh,
not good one even bit.
Not even one good, one even bit. No, not even at all.
Quote number 6 was submitted by Looncall. I'm not being rodent, no way. I told you I wanted to be rapier.
Okay.
Okay, so this. But is there a reason to be able to sort through?
Is there?
Like, it's easy to identify the obvious part. You know what I mean?
Usually the
That
obvious
part
thing is obvious.
Yes,
That part is
yes,
obvious.
yes. That part's obvious. I think I have a reason.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
You ready?
You ready? Yeah.
3, 2.
Oh!
Hang on a second. I'm so sorry. I didn't.
Whoa!
I didn't look.
Whoa!
I had a thought.
Whoa!
That was crazy,
3,
parents.
2, 1. I'm sorry.
I said Deathly Hallows George too, so.
Okay.
It was Fred, but it was Deathly Hallows.
Oh, I missed one. Man, I thought. What's the other name?
Is it River?
I go by the name of the General or whatever.
No, Lee is River.
Lee is River. You're right. That was also what I was trying to remember, and it seemed like George would be the one who would be frustrated with his name, and then I was trying to remember.
That's exactly what I thought too. I was like Fred goes. And he has a regular name, and then they're like, and Rodent. And he's like, I'm not Rodent.
Like, come on, Wormtail. Like,
Yeah.
how could you possibly think I'd want to be called Rodent?
Yeah. Well, they probably don't know about Wormtail, right?
You don't think Ron would have told him?
I don't know.
Like the whole time, it's sort of like, remember that rat I used to have?
You guys remember that rat?
I feel like surely by Deathly Hallows, like
It's come up.
Probably it's come up by then, as they're now just sort of like in the order.
They're just in the order.
Just
They
in
can
the
just talk to
order.
Luke.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they're like sitting down there having a beer. And like, can you imagine if the twins didn't find out from year 3 all the way to year 7, and they're sitting there like, you know, at the 3 broomsticks, taking a sit back, and Lupin is like, oh yeah, you remember Scabbers? That was Peter Pettigrew. He revived Lord Voldemort.
Say what now? Oh, great heavens!
quote number 7 was submitted by Julie Sherwood and Tara Walker.
Oh, we got ourselves a tiny little brain cloud coming up in here.
Do you feel like it's easier to think because you have less options, or do you think it's more stressful?
I think this is do you feel like this was maybe a team up, Ben? Between Jules and Tara?
I think it's possible.
These are some of the most infamous quizmasters, and they did the same one.
They did the same one. Yep, so there's something gonna be tricky about this.
It is a good quote.
Okay,
All right, are you ready?
lay it on us.
Ask us no questions, and we'll tell you no lies.
Man!
Okay.
That's a fun quote, just in general.
Okay, I think it's this.
I think it's this.
And I think it's this.
Yeah, I think it's this.
Okay. You got it?
I mean.
Don't be mean.
3, 2, 1.
Goblet, Fred. Uh-oh.
I said Goblet George. Oh no.
It is Fred in the Order of the Phoenix.
It's Order of the Phoenix!
According to this.
Is it really?
I
Is
thought-
this like what they're planning then? I thought this would be like who you're writing that letter to or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was as well.
No questions and we'll tell you no lies.
There's no questions. No lies. Oh man, brain cloud.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby!
Man, okay. I really thought it was Goblet.
So far, my coin flips have always been wrong.
Well. Quote 8 was submitted by Captain Hawk and Ellie Collins. Don't worry, Ginny. We'll send you loads of owls. In fact, we'll send you a Hogwarts toilet seat.
Okay.
not much, but it's home.
The obvious part is obvious.
The obvious part is obvious. Okay. Let's see.
Okay.
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 3, 2, 1.
Fred, Philosopher's Stone.
Fred, Philosopher's Stone.
Well, it is the Philosopher's Stone, but it's not Fred.
Oh!
What?
It's Jorge! It's Jorge!
Jorge delivered that excellent line.
Man, okay.
Wow, good for Jorge.
What's your like basis on who you guess? Is it pure vibes?
It is who I think spoke first.
Always.
I mean,
So who talks first? You talk first? I talk first.
I think that's a good basis for it.
That's all I can do. It's so hard to have much basis for it.
We had a patron once point out to us that Fred was the alpha twin, and which I have no idea if that's a real thing. You have real twins, but like for the purposes of the books, it's like once you know that it's Fred who speaks first, it's like you do start to see that pattern fill in. But this would have been like, I think as they're pulling off.
Yeah, this is like leave. This is on the Hogwarts Express.
Yes,
Yeah.
leaving. Yeah. And then they said one to Harry when he's in the hospital wing later that year.
Yes, they do.
And
yeah.
Dumbledore's like, I'm sure they thought it would amuse you.
Yes. Y'all, and now we need to give a huge thank you to today's sponsor, Factor. Because, hey, we are in the heat of the summer, and for my family, this means summer camps, road trips, vacations, backyard sprinkler parties, and of course, little gardening. Which means I have ways I want to spend my time and ways I don't want to spend my time. Namely, meal planning. So cut out the shopping, chopping, and hopping around the kitchen, cleaning up, and all that stuff after the fact. And enter Factor meals. Chef-prepared dishes that are fresh and ready to eat and absolutely perfect for anyone with an active lifestyle. Combat roll. Because it's not just dinner. With nutritious breakfast, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts, Factor has your whole day covered. My family loves when we see a fresh box of Factor meals on our doorstep. These feed the whole family, keep us happy and healthy, and give us more time for all the more important things in life. So enjoy more this summer. Get Factor if you want all the flavor and none of the fuss. You can get started at factormeals.com/jverseb50 off and use code jverseb50 off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code jverseb50 off at factormeals.com/jverseb50 off for 50% off plus free shipping. Factormeals.com/jverseb50 off. Link is in the description down below. Enjoy your free time. Combat roll. Combat, jump, roll, spin, roll.
Makes it look so easy. Hey guys, exciting news! We have a brand new t-shirt available over at CarlinBrothersMercantile.com, and I personally think it's awfully super.
Super combat jump! Whoa. Super.
Makes it look so effortless.
Super.
Super. Here's us on the shirt.
Carlin Brothers Mercantile.
That's Jay. No, that's me. No. Check it out.
Super.
Carlin
Brothers.
All right, quote number 9 was submitted by Sarah Makiyama. Are you or are you not currently going out with a boy called Dean Thomas?
Are you or are you not?
Okay.
This is... oh my.
Or
Was expelled.
no. Yes.
Maybe
Okay.
so.
Okay, it has to be that.
Perhaps, could be.
And I think it's this.
Perchance.
I think it's this.
Presumably.
Oh no. Oh no. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Prince. Whoa! George. We have the same answer.
Half-Blood Prince George.
Sideways.
It is Half-Blood Prince, but it is Fred this time.
Oh,
I changed it!
I was...
Oh,
you or are you not?
Going out with a boy called Dean Thomas.
A boy called Dean Thomas as if they definitely don't know who Dean is.
It's like Dean. He painted all the banners. Man.
I know.
He's like only a year below you. He's one of Ron's friends. You know.
It's also like implications that it's not his real name. He's called Dean Thomas.
He's called Dean Thomas.
Are you or are you not going out
You call these things chips? Instead of crispity, crunchy, munchy, cracker jack, snacker, nibbler, snap and crack, pop, wester, pool, chester, shire, quick.
Are you going out with Dean?
They say he draws a
Banners.
mighty good spleen.
What?
You know Dean Thomas, drawer of spleens?
Quick, draw a spleen.
Dean, you whip us up a banner to celebrate Gryffindor's victory? Aren't you draw a spleen?
I don't even know
Not
what a
helpful.
spleen looks like.
I'm going to do it.
I drew a spleen.
Well,
Let's see it.
Is that a spleen bean?
It's a spleen bean.
Spleen bean.
I mean, that is pretty much what spleens look like.
Hey! You know what? They are.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate, Ben. I'm very impressed.
Nice. You want to draw Dean Thomas as well?
Okay, Dean Thomas.
Do.
I'm going to draw Dean Thomas.
Spleens kind of look like kidneys.
Me and the boys at 2 a.m. looking for
spleens. I feel like spleens are one of those organs that I'm like, that's not real. Like, I know it is real. It's just so not talked about. Even like the appendix gets more
it's so
showtime
useless.
In vernacular.
my spleen!
I'm ready if you are.
You know what's funny is about when you guys draw stuff, it's like I get to be on the other side of the like, we're drawing, so like we're not going to speak because we're in the zone, and I'm not used to being on the other side of that problem.
That's true, but when Izzo's in the zone, she is like we could walk out singing happy birthday to her and she wouldn't turn around.
That's not true. If there's anything Isabel loves, it's her birthday.
I do love attention.
I was trying to, you know, like I was trying to pick something I knew you loved, and then it was
That's
like that was
true.
a testament to your like commitment to your craft.
I do love my birthday.
Yeah.
It's almost my birthday. In 7 months.
I was gonna say, out of the three of us, it's almost my birthday.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, you're taking forever. I don't know.
Okay,
I can't imagine.
all right.
Oh wow. Okay, you went for a completely different aesthetic.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
3, 2, 1.
Whoa, okay. He has a spleen on his face.
Spleen tat.
Spleen tat.
Oh,
I like
see.
it. I like it.
I see.
What?
So my inspiration was, this is him painting
Ooh.
as he loves to do. And obviously since Ginny dated him, he must have flowing locks.
Of course.
I see.
And an oscillating fan
And you have to blow it.
Oh, hold on.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
I feel like whenever I think of the actor for Dean, he has really good eyebrows. That's what I was trying to go for here. But as I was drawing it, I was like, no one else is going to get that, so I'll probably have to explain it afterwards, which I'm doing now.
I like that he has no teeth or gums or a tongue. That's my favorite.
It's like this.
I drew the ceiling fan.
Question 10. This quote was submitted by Orion.
Orion's
Wizard parts.
Wizard parts.
Ow! Stop it, Oliver. You're embarrassing us.
Okay. I think it's this.
And I think it's this.
Or is it?
Bottoms up.
I think it's this. What I wrote. Because reasons.
Think it's this. I 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 think it's this.
Try saying that 5 times faster.
There's a very good possibility that I have both aspects wrong.
Why not this?
But I will explain.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
I said Fred in Chambre of Secrets.
I said Fred in POA.
It is in Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, no.
But it is both of them.
Oh, really? They say this simulcast.
I guess.
Simulcast.
Ron.
Wow.
Wow, we're identical.
I guess it is Prisoner, because this is like Oliver giving his like, we should have won it last year.
Yeah, and then he like looks at
My
Harry.
last chance.
Right, and then he's like, and me.
And me. We think you're very good too, Oliver.
Yes.
I appreciate that despite everything that's happening in the wizarding world, Oliver is only ever concerned with Quidditch.
Oh yeah,
Only.
of course, only. Yeah, we have a whole video about like his almost like obsessive level relationship with Quidditch.
There are 3 days a year that matter.
Yes, yes.
Quote, a lamb was submitted by Dola. What do we want to be prefects for? It'd take all the fun out of life. It's everyone in the family.
Good friend. Next door neighbors.
Next door neighbors.
Man. Okay, so it's.
I bet this one was just Percy.
Huh?
This one was just Percy,
It's
actually.
just Percy. Yeah,
Wild card.
And it's not the first part's not a question. It's just a, what, no, it is. It's just, there's a bunch of different terms. What do I want to be a prefect for? Well, it takes all the fun out of life.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do this thing.
Ready, one. Oh, come on. Be right. 3, 2, 1.
I said prisoner Fred. You can't read mine.
I said prisoner George.
Oh no.
Ben, you are correct.
Oh, but I got 1 point.
Yes.
Man.
I got 1 point.
Man,
I'll do it.
Needed it.
We could at least narrow it down to the first 3 books on that.
Oh man. Shout out to Dola. That was good. That was
a
teamwork. Teamwork. It played out just like we planned it in our secret DMs.
Wow, guys.
He didn't hear it. He didn't. We're all good.
You're cheating on the quiz, Ben?
I must not tell lies.
Quote number 12 was submitted by LawNinja. Well, Dad collects plugs, doesn't he?
Yeah,
you delivered it so differently from how it's delivered.
This is one where you could just give us the delivery and it wouldn't matter.
That's true. Yeah, well, Dad collects plugs, doesn't he?
Birds of a feather.
Birds of a feather. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Let's see. Yeah, well.
That's pathetic.
Okay.
You okay over there, Ben?
I'm just trying to think about, like, you know, when in the story it happens. That's the part that I can't think of. Like, who says it? I'm guessing. When it happens.
You feel like you can narrow in at least on the book for points.
Well, if I could narrow in on the book.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. For points. You have it?
I have a guess. I have an answer written down.
You just gotta fill in the gaps in your brain.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
I said George in order.
I said George, Goblet of Fire.
It is Fred in Goblet of Fire.
Man! Oh! I thought this was him talking about like Healer Smethwick or something. About, in response to like the stitches or something.
It sounds like you're trying to sew yourself back together.
They work really well on Muggle things. Yeah, well, Dad collects plugs.
Yeah, well, Dad collects plugs.
I just imagine Arthur Weasley with like 10,000 tampons.
Probably.
Quote number 13 was submitted by Peyton Taylor. Still in the showers. We think he's trying to drown himself.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a guess.
I have a guess.
This is a quick one.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
POA Fred. Oh, you said POA George.
It is POA Fred.
Yes, it is POA Fred.
Dang it.
Boom.
You
know how I guessed?
This is why.
Because this would have been the first person to show.
You think so?
Where is Oliver? Still in the showers. I think he's trying to drown. It sounds like one of them would say still in the showers, and one of them would say, I think he's trying to drown himself.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Like they're like completing their own thought.
Right.
Together. Okay. All right.
Quote 14.
Quote 14.
This quote was submitted by Ellie Collins. Anyone can speak troll. All you have to do is point and grunt.
Okay. I know that.
Thought you ought to know.
And
yep.
I'm just gonna, yeah. All right.
I'm like nervous for you guys. Like my heart's starting to pound.
Your heart's pounding?
Yeah, because I'm like, what's gonna happen? I don't know what's gonna end.
What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Goblet Fred. Oh God, you said George. Oh, no.
It is Fred.
Yes!
Oh my gosh!
Oh, boom! Because it's about Mr. Crouch.
It is about Mr. Crouch. I knew that much.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
No. What does that mean, Isabel? Tell me.
No. We have one question left.
Okay.
And then I'll explain everything.
Never tell me the odds.
Okay. Last question, 15. This quote was submitted by Wesley Walker. Time is galleons, little brother.
I have 2 thoughts.
I mean, it can only really be.
Haven't you guys said this whole time that there's only 2 thoughts?
Well, yes, but like on the book, I can see 2 different scenarios that would work.
Oh, I know.
Or, whoa, what does that do? Okay.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Half-Blood Prince George. Oh, so did you.
Half-Blood Prince George.
Okay, it is Fred in Order of the Phoenix.
Oh, those are my other guess. Was either Order of the Phoenix or Fred.
I know, that was my thought too. I thought Order of the Phoenix could have worked because like once they're in Half-Blood Prince, maybe they're like already like well underway. But like
those are the only times where they could be talking about it, like where they have the money. They're either like, it's either like when they're at Wizard Weasley Wheezes and they're like, well, we gotta go, time is galleons, little brother.
Right.
Or it's like the year 5 where they're like, we're developing things. We don't have time to talk to you idiots.
You idiots. Know? Yeah. How often was the correct answer George?
Let's see.
I know. Why I actually chose George on this one was just because like the last 3 had been Fred.
That was exactly why I was kind of like, I gotta keep the streak going.
I was like, Cat wouldn't do this.
4 were George, 1 was both, so 10 were Fred.
Yeah. See, because Fred talks. Fred says more than George.
Yeah. So a betting man would have said
in a guessing game, flip Fred.
Flip Fred.
Right. Okay. Let me walk you through my play-by-play. This is how I'm starting to understand sports being fun. So in the beginning, you both got it right, of course. Then Jay takes the lead, which he maintains until question 12, where you're tied at 15.
Whoa.
Then Ben takes the lead. Then you go back to being tied, and then Jay took the lead and won. 19 to 18.
But oh, that close!
Whoa.
Man!
I think we should say it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We're identical.
Didn't know what you meant.
Ready? We'll try to get on 3. 1, 2, 3.
We're identical. And now we need to give a huge thank you to these quizmasters who support us on Patreon. Teghan, Denlinger, Focus Pending, Jennifer Froh, Bradferd, Keeli Ray, Orion, Looncall, Julie Sherwood and Tara Walker, Captain Hawk, Ellie Collins, Sarah Makiyama, Orion, Dola, LawNinja, Peyton Taylor, and Wesley Walker.
If you too would like to try to stump us in a future episode of Jay vs. Ben, you can do so by heading to patreon.com/SuperCarlin Brothers and selecting the Quizmasters tier. Choo-hoo!
Not me, not Hermione, run! He's got a gun!
Yo, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any other future Harry Potter content from us. There's a lot of it.
No doubt, no doubt. If you want to see some more quick quotes quiz or you know who whose line isn't anyway, you can check out this video right over here. But otherwise, until next time, bye! Hey, brother, and welcome everyone. And welcome everyone to the internet's hardest. Hey, brother, and welcome everyone to the internet's hardest. You know who? Oh
no! We got this.
Yeah. Hey, brother, and welcome everyone to the internet's.
Outtakes
whose line is it anyway?
The outtakes will be worth it. All right.
Yeah. Hey, brother, and welcome everyone to the internet's.
I'm sorry. I'm the one. I'm messing up.
I always do this part. So
right.
we're good.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, brother, and welcome everyone to the internet's hardest. You know whose line is. Yeah.
Oh, whose line is it anyway? From
we're gonna pause. You know who?
Line is it? You know who?
Yeah. You know who? Whose line is it anyway?
Right.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.